Howdy folks, Adam here with the Right to Roam podcast and now Right to Roam YouTube channel. Thanks for click and play and tuning in for this, which is my basic September pack dump. I say September pack dump because it's universal pretty much for mule deer, for elk, and for overland pronghorn hunting, spot and stock pronghorn hunting. I'm going to break down everything I've got in here, a little bit of why, and I appreciate you taking the time with me. So my pack, I run the Seek Outside Cimmaron. It is a 3,500 or 3,200 cubic inch pack, something to that effect. It has these two vertical pockets on the back, easy to access. Toilet paper, wipes, first aid kit in there. The second one, got some extra straps for the pack if I need to lash anything down to it. That's the nice thing about this Seek Outside pack. There's plenty of attachment points all the way around, and even on the frame there's some added attachment points. This is my second year running this pack. Really pleased with it last year. Love the Revolution frame. It is in the limited edition Cypher. I don't know that they do that anymore. I will run it with the lid, and in their little lids possible pouch I have a space blanket, I have a lens pen, some extra batteries in there. Also, I do run the Nalgene bottle and the side pocket, the Nalgene bottle holder for the most part. That's dual purpose. I'll get into that here in a bit. And then that side pocket, usually where my phone or some snacks go, trail snacks, walking around. Added packs. I also run the Merlin Talon, which is a little day pack. It can be run as a standalone, or you can tuck those straps back into the water bladder sleeve, which is what I usually do, and take off the Peregrine, strap this directly to the frame, and it runs beautiful as a day pack. Inside of this, I always have my licenses, a Havalon knife, so there's some licenses, a Havalon, and hex wrench for fixing stuff that gets loose on bows sometimes. Also running this year, till I shoot an elk, Wyoming Game and Fish blood sample kit. When you guys get these in the mail, take them seriously. That's part of our role as hunters, to be active citizen biologists and help with conservation. I also carry a point and shoot camera because I'm not great with photography, so nothing big, nice point and shoot. I actually won't take the whole thing, I'll just take the camera itself. Inside of that, I will run a couple of plastic bags, you never know. I do like plastic bags. Battery charger, or power bank, I guess. And of course you got GoPro, extra camera batteries, extra GoPro camera batteries. That's kind of that setup. I'll also have this tripod, which is a Schofield tripod with a little Handycam camera on it. This tripod definitely seems overkill for the camera, but it is what it is. So that's the pack and some of what's in the day pack inside. Like I said, I'll use that water bladder on the inside, so I can carry more water that way, and I usually have less weight with me. As far as camp setup, we're running, I say we because I'm going with a buddy, and this is a 2-night, 3-day archery elk and mule deer hunt. Public land, BLM, state of Wyoming land, but it's a little hard to get to, not a lot of motorized access, so we're about 2.5 miles in, 3 miles in to where our hunting area is. That's also where we're going to camp. We're going to be using a Cimarron, Seek Outside Cimmaron teepee, or pyramid teepee, whatever kind that is this year. Used that a little bit later this summer and really enjoyed it. Not taking the stove, we do have that for October, November. But my sleep system, so I keep a sheet of Tyvek in between the frame and my bag. That's my ground cloth. Sleeping bag is a 21-year-old Guide Gear 15-degree down sleeping bag. It's uncompressed right now. I will compress this down into that. It's about, I don't know, 3/4 the size of a bowling ball when it's all compressed. That'll sit right down in my pack. I use the Climate Velux sleeping pad. I fold it like a U. That way I don't have to worry about rolling it up. I think these things are a pain in the butt to roll up. Easier to do this, stick it like a U right down on the bottom of the pack, sleeping bag right on top of it. And running for the first time this year, a Thermarest Airhead pillow. Heard lots of good things about the backpacking pillow, doesn't take up any space. Other camp creature comfort, REI Flex Light chair. This is a borrowed item from my friend, Derek. I do appreciate it. I'm gonna try it, see if I like it. Also in the bag, water system. We are on public land. There's lots of available water this year in Wyoming. We've had a very, very wet spring and summer, and even, I guess it's still late summer right now. But I'm going with the Sawyer squeeze system, just one bag in the filter for a 2-day. I don't need the whole kit. I also have a possibles pouch that goes inside the bag. In that, I have insect repellent, some paracord, some Leuco tape, some Gold Bond, some toothpaste, toothbrush, a sharpening stone, and a little tweezer and clipper kit that I carry. That's my possibles pouch. There are many like it. That one is mine. Everyone's differs. I do run an overkill of knives. I have a Havalon in there. I also carry a fixed blade, like 3.5-inch buck. This is just a Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation banquet knife that I got. Nice strong knife, good round tough joints. Also carry a bone saw for skull capping. I'm not gonna pack the entire head of a raghorn bull, much more than 40 yards to some shade probably. So carry a Gerber saw with me. My kill kit, I use the Ovis sacks. These are the large. As I mentioned, a plethora of knives. I also keep an Outdoor Edge replaceable blade knife in here with some extra blades. This will usually end up in that Merlin day pack with me, but on the way in, it's gonna be in the big pack. My cook system's a little bit different than everybody else's. I run a pot system. So this is MSR. This is their large pot. Inside of this, my stove is the MSR Pocket Rocket. And I also have a little titanium, no name brand coffee cup. That's a creature comfort. I like the feeling of warm liquid on my hands in the morning while I'm taking a drink. So, and the Sea to Summit, dig in after your freeze-dried meals spoon. Running an overkill MSR fuel canister, Isopro fuel canister. This is usually my truck camping canister. I usually go with the 8-ounce. This is the 16. But again, it's a short trip, so I'm not too worried. I'm a glasses wearer, so I do carry a glasses case and some lens cleaner. But that's as far as what's in the pack. What you won't see is food, and we can talk about that. On to clothes. Core 4 element webbing belt. Really like the belt. It doesn't budge on me. Favorite pair of socks I've ever owned are these First Light Mountain Triads. These are their newer ones. I found them a couple of years ago and have not gone back to anything. Really like how they fit. They stay up on my calves really well. It's the Rocky Mountains. I always carry a beanie. This is just a Carhartt fleece beanie. New to me this year is the First Light soft shell glove. I can't remember the actual model name. I'd been running the Sitka windbreaker glove for the last 7 or 8 years and really love those, but just wore them till the seams clean blew out on them, and they don't make those anymore. So now I'm running the First Light Catalyst glove. Corrugate guide pants in large tall fusion. Chama Crew t-shirt. Kiln hoodie. That's predominantly all I'll need. I will take one of these insulation layers. I just don't know which yet. I'm gonna wait and see what the weather forecast is. This is the Uncompahgre puffy jacket, and this is the Halstead Tech fleece. It's now the Klamath in their new line. I love this. This is my favorite piece. And second to last, I run the gaiters where you have some cheatgrass. Just help keep things cleaner. Run their Brambler gaiters, or those aren't the Bramblers. They're short hiking gaiter. Because it is longer days, I will take a bucket hat. This is an Adair Golf Club bucket hat out of Ireland. That's my clothes setup. Headlamp, I'm only running one headlamp. It's September, I'm 2 miles from my pickup. I'm not too worried about being caught in the dark where I'm going hunting right now. But this is an old Bushnell headlamp. I can't remember where I got this. Has 2 bright LED settings, a red and a kind of blue-green light to it. It's been a great headlamp. I've had that for about 5 years. Trekking poles given to me. These are Coleman all aluminum lightweight trekking poles. Smoke in a bottle. This is actually a personal refill. Instead of buying a new smoke in a bottle, little hack for you, just put some baking powder in it. Works just as good. On to optics. I haven't bought a new pair of optics for 12 years. My rangefinder is the Bushnell Chuck Adams edition. So it has the arc feature out to 100 yards. That's all I ever need it for. And it works for rifle. Shoots out to about 450 on something fairly reflective. Horn Hunter Bino harness. I've had this forever. It's proven hardy and well. And I'm running probably the first set of Bushnell waterproofs in 8x42. It's not phenomenal glass. I mean, I've had a chance to use some Swaros and some Mavens and things like that, but for bugle and bull elk, they work perfect. I could probably do better for deer, but it is what it is at this point. I skipped over these. I'm running the crispy Wyomings this year. I'd been a Solomon 40 GTX guy for the last 3 years, but just blew my last pair out. So switched over to the Wyoming GTXs, or excuse me, Wyoming crispy Wyomings. Really like these so far. They're a little stiffer than I'm used to in a boot compared to the Solomons, but they seem like they're gonna hold up a little bit longer, which I'm looking forward to. Calling. This is an old bugling bull game call tube. I can't even remember which model it is. It's 5 or 6 years old. Their rubber silencer ring broke off last year. I just cut off some bicycle inner tube and replaced it, and it works perfect. Calls I used, Rocky Mountain hunting calls. I like the black. I carry this open reed cow call more for nostalgia than anything at this point. It's a Primos I Make a DeBull Crazy cow call. It's loud. You can cover a lot of country with this and a good set of lungs. As for my kill setup, much like my optics, this is, I believe it's a 2009 or 8 PSE X-Force GX out of their Pro line. Set at 75 pounds. It has a 31-inch draw, tight spot 5-arrow quiver, no name, nice chunky stabilizer that I'll sit like that when I'm hiking. It sits right on my pack fine, or I can tuck that stabilizer right down behind, in between my shoulder blades, and this will ride for miles like this without moving. The release, 22-year-old release. I couldn't even tell you what the name brand of it is anymore. This thing works flawless though. My arrow setup. These are, so a 31-inch draw. I cut my arrows to 31 1/4. My broadhead sits right above the shelf. So 31 1/4 inch, 350 spine trophy hunters, 100 grain brass insert, which is following a 125 grain G5 Montec. Really like how these long, heavy arrows fly out of that bow. Kinetic energy wise is more than enough to go through the shoulder of an elk at 35, 40 yards real easy. So very successful with that. With that, I hope you enjoyed the first foray of Right to Roam into the YouTube world. Again, Adam with Right to Roam, I appreciate your viewership. Hit that like button, leave us a comment. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button too. We're new to this, so bear with us. Nothing regularly scheduled, but hopefully some footage of hunts this year. I know between my son and I have 10 tags in my household, one of which is a Wyoming Game and Fish Commissioner's license that I will be chasing mule deer in the migration in November. That's going to be a lot of fun. So stay tuned for that. Thanks again for watching, and happy trails.